This hole 13 at Gidginbung is really quite significant because it's also 160 plus meters stepped out from the southern end of the Gidginbung pit. The results confirm the two earlier holes 10 and 11, which were 80 meters and 160 meters stepping out as well. And all of them hit good grade, but this one in particular was probably double the thickness in the intersection, and it was shallower than anticipated. So we know structurally that the ore body at Gidginbung is dipping south, and we've now got 3 holes that have confirmed that. And this hole in particular is around 200 gram meters in intersection, and that's pretty significant, and it's relatively shallow. So we're very excited about that. Clearly, the resource looks like it's very prospective south of the pit. It's also open to the north of the pit, and it's open underneath the pit. And I guess there's a hole about 1 kilometer south of the pit, which was TP161, that was drilled many years ago by another major mining company. And it really has advanced agilic alteration consistent with the Gidginbung epithermal. So we know that there's some alteration 1 kilometer south of the pit, and we're going to essentially look at expanding the drill program and the resource by drilling out some of that southern leg of the south of the pit. Phase 1 drilling really started last quarter last year. We only listed end of June or early July, if you like, and got the drill rigs turning 2 months after that. The phase 1 drill program was really to drill Gidginbung under the pit, a couple of holes to the north and a couple of holes to the south. And so some of it was infill drilling, some of it was actually step-out drilling. And at the dam, we drilled a series of holes, and the dam is a deposit, a JORC deposit also, 400, 500, 600 meters to the east of Gidginbung. And that has a JORC resource on it as well. And we drilled a series of holes there, and they've come in with very good grades and very good thicknesses, all 100 gram meter intersections, roughly 100 to 170 meters at roughly 1 gram, and not particularly deep either, quite shallow. So it looks like there's, between the two of them, phase 1 has been a very successful drill program, and what we're now going to do is go into that and drill it further. But essentially, we rank our deposits and targets, and we have 6 resources and a belt of some 60 kilometers long, 600 square kilometers in size. And we're drilling the southern end, which is called the southern zone, and it constitutes mainly Gidginbung and the dam. There are also 3 or 4 targets within 6 kilometers that have had enormous hits on them, 8-9 meter hits, grams per ton hits on them. They haven't been drilled for 20, 30 years. So we're starting in the south because the 2 ore bodies have a tighter space drilling. They also are shallower. And given that we have a brownfields gold project, which is Gidginbung, which produced before back in the 80s and 90s for a decade, around 500,000 ounces, and left behind an entire sulfide ore body because they went bankrupt and the gold price was about 460 Australian an ounce. So the southern zone is a starting point for us because we feel that if we get Gidginbung as a gold project primarily up and running, we will then have 2 streams of metal, and we could get that up and running a lot more cheaply and efficiently, and that's the current thinking. So it's a development opportunity in the south. And then we've got 20 plus targets all dotted through the belt. And, we have to really manage sophisticated capital allocation to decide which ones to drill and why. And clearly, the ones that are closer to the southern end, shallower, and have higher grade are of greater priority for us. Well, the next steps for drilling, we're committed to a 30,000 meter drill program. We've raised money very recently to top up our cash position for this, and effectively we're funded to do that program, which will take us 18 months to 2 years. So we will be drilling up to 3 rigs on site at the same time. 2 will be in the southern zone with Gidginbung in the dam, and the 3rd rig will be in the central zone, and we'll be drill testing some of those central zone deposits and targets. So investors should be expecting to get lots of news flow because we'll be drilling consistently over the next few months.